Welcome to Math 265, Elementary Statistics. I'm going to assume that you already know how to log into Blackboard since you're viewing this video. So I'm going to forego that and just enter our course by left-clicking the link in Blackboard, which will then take us into the course. As you've already are aware, there is a welcome announcement that you can read, and then you will start by accessing the Start Here button. But let's explore some of these options here down the left hand side. Let me go ahead and put it in the mode that you would recognize when you are logged in. We have the Start Here button, which is going to take you to the page where you're going to find a lot of introductory material. There's the Content button, which is going to have your due dates and comments and the rest of the material. There's the My Math Lab / My Stat Lab button that will take you into My Stat Lab, and we'll talk about that in a minute. There's the Discussion button, which will take you to the discussion board, which you will need to do as part of the class introductions. You'll already notice that there are a number of you that have already logged in. Here is your grades. If you left click that, that will bring you to the grade book that is in Blackboard. I've set it up so that your grades from My Stat Lab should sync with the grade book in Blackboard. So you should be able to tell what your grade is, whether you're in the My Stat Lab grade book or if you're in the Blackboard grade book. Here is your course syllabus. If you left click on that, it will bring you to a link, and then you will left click on the link, and that will open up a PDF version of the syllabus. This has my contact information. I expect that you will read through the syllabus, and this part is extremely important because if you send me an email, or if you leave a voicemail, or if you send me a text message, you need to follow the details here. Otherwise, I will not respond. Okay, this has my office hours, the course information, and then I will let you read through the rest of the syllabus on your own time. Now, returning back to Blackboard, there's also the college syllabus, which presents you with yet another PDF version, and this talks about all the college policies and procedures that you will need to be familiar with. If you've been going to Calhoun for a while, you may have already read through one of these college syllabi. Here's your Calhoun email. If you left click that link, that will take you to where you can send emails to all the users, to the instructor. You can select users. You can even do a single user. Remember that all communication must be through your Calhoun email for this course. I will not respond to your email if it's from anything other than your Calhoun email address. Then there's faculty information, which is the exact same information that is contained in the syllabus, but I just want to make sure that you are familiar with it. There are a number of resources down here on the left that you can go ahead and peruse at your own pace. So let's go back to the Start Here button. This gives you a rationale for the course under Why Statistics. The introduction and orientation video, which is what you're watching, is clicked on here and you will access the video. This is a set of videos by Dr. Stephen Chu from Samford University in Birmingham, and this will help you get a better understanding of why it's important to study and to establish proper study techniques. Once again, meet your instructor with my contact information. I am available for you as a student to contact me, and I will help you whenever or wherever I can. Okay? Also, syllabus, textbook, in My Math Lab, My Stat Lab. Guess what? Here's another link for the syllabus. Here's your instructions for accessing My Stat Lab. If you left click that, that will bring you to yet another PDF document, and this will walk you through the steps for registering in My Stat Lab. Let's return to Blackboard. Here's your textbook information. We are using Elementary Statistics, Picturing the World, 6th edition by Ron Larson and Betsy Farber. This is a good book. It's not too technical, but yet has enough theory in it so that you get a good solid background in the basics of statistics. Returning back to the Start Here page, you will also see that there are links for the communication policies, technical skills and requirements, accessibility and privacy policies, and technical support information. I will left click on this to show you what these sublinks are. One of the things that I want you to be aware of is your minimum technical skills and your software technology requirements. This course requires an internet connection, and it requires a computer that is strong enough to run the software. I recommend that you have a broadband connection, and that when you are working on any sort of assessment, including quizzes and tests and the final exam, that you use an Ethernet connection and not a wireless connection. If you get disconnected from the test because your wireless signal fades, you will not be able to get back into it until you talk to me. This does not happen nearly as often if you're using an Ethernet connection. So, back to Start Here. Down at the bottom you will see course content. You'll also see content over here. It is the same thing. If you left click either one of these links, it will take you to the content page. Here we have due dates and comments. I expect that you will read through this and you will make note of all of the due dates. Your attendance assignment in my stat lab is due tomorrow. I will give you an extension of a day since the video was not working. You need to watch the orientation video and you need to post to the introductory discussion board. You also need to take the pretest. If you do not take the pretest, you will not be able to access any of the content in my stat lab beyond that. The attendance assignment has no prerequisite, but once you complete the attendance assignment, you will be able to access the pretest. Every single assignment in my stat lab has a prerequisite, and you must complete that prerequisite assignment before you can progress to the next assignment. These due dates are hard and fast, and if you get behind, it will be next to impossible to get caught up. I recommend that you work and study in my stat lab, in Blackboard, in the book, at least 45 minutes a day, every day. That way you will make sure that you fully understand the material. Please become familiar with these due dates. Here's my grading plan. The week 1 attendance assignment does not carry any points, neither does the introductory discussion board or the pretest, but they are required for attendance. There are 43 homework assignments, 2 projects, 8 quizzes, 6 unit tests, and 1 comprehensive final exam. The projects will be done in Blackboard, as was the discussion board. Those will occur in Unit 2, which will be due on Monday, June 12th, and also in Unit 4, and that will be due on Monday, July 3rd. There are instructional videos for Statcrunch, which is an integrated statistical analysis package with my stat lab. If you left click on that, that will take you to a library for different videos to show you how to use Statcrunch that goes along with what you're doing in my stat lab in the homework. There's formulas and tables. If you left click on that, that will bring up yet another PDF document. And this is actually just a scan of the tear-out card that comes with your textbook. There are 9 pages on this thing, and it contains key formulas, and it also contains the major tables that we will use in the textbook and in the homework. And I recommend that you go ahead and print this out and use it as you're working through the material. Assignment instructions. If you left click on the assignment instructions, it brings up the instructions for each one of the different types of assignments that you will be working in My Stat Lab, and it talks about general procedures. Returning to content, you will then see the initial assignment, introduction, discussion board, and pretest. Notice that this talks about what you need to do in order to access My Stat Lab, the Blackboard and Syllabus quiz, and your attendance assignment. This is your attendance assignment. If you left click on that, it will take you directly into My Stat Lab once you have registered in My Stat. Now, returning to Blackboard, this is your link for your introductions, and this will have your link for the pretest, and it will look exactly like this. Okay, in order to access this, you're going to have to first left click this MyMathLab/MyStatLab link. Once you click it, it will bring up the page in Blackboard that allows you to access different parts of My Stat Lab. You will need to click the My Stat Lab course home. Once you click that, that will bring you into My Stat Lab and all of the resources that are available. You will have to register and provide your class key for this thing, or your access code, I'm sorry, for this, and you'll be able to type that in. There is the option for a 14-day temporary access code in the event that you do not have your permanent access code. Once you input that, you will have access. So back to content. In each one of these units, if you left click the unit link, it will take you to a breakdown with an overview and then a link for each one of the sections with the pages in the textbook that you should be reading. And I recommend that you do read through the textbook. If you didn't buy a physical copy, that's okay, because there is an e-text included in My Stat Lab. But if you left click any of the links, it will take you into an overview. There'll be a video, and this video happens to be the same video that's embedded into the My Stat Lab exercises. Some of these will have an interactive example, and if you left click on that, it will take you into an example that you can go ahead and work through, and you can interact with it. Now, here's some lecture notes, and this is from my lectures, and it's taken from the textbook. In addition, it will have the link to the homework. If you left click on that, that will take you directly to the associated homework for that section, and then you can go ahead and start working. You'll notice that these links are not active at the moment, and that's because you need to watch the video that's associated with it. Once you watch the video, you'll have access to each one of these. I recommend that you watch the video simply because it contains a lot of information that will help you in answering the homework questions. So going back into content, going back into the unit that you're working through, you will need to work through each one of the sections in the unit. Then you will need to take the unit quiz and then the unit test. Both of these are timed assessments, and you will need to make sure that you pay attention to the timer. For the quiz, you are allowed 3 attempts, and your best grade will be chosen. So you don't have to do anything. The computer does that automatically. Once you've worked through each one of these units, we'll be getting towards the end of the term, and down here at the bottom is the final exam, and it is comprehensive. The best way to study for the final exam is to review the tests that you've taken in My Stat Lab. By reviewing those tests, it will give you the material that you need to understand for the final exam. Once you take the final exam, you'll notice that that particular value will be grayed out, because due to limitations in My Stat Lab, I have to manually input that value. And I won't be able to do that until after everybody has taken their final exam. But that will be at the end of July, and I will revisit that again. Real quick, I want to make sure that you understand how to access the projects. These are important because what they're going to do is allow you to use the information and material that you've learned to actually do a project that allows you to analyze data. For example, Unit 2, Project 1, there are 3 attached files. I expect that you will read through these directions before you download these 3 files. One is going to be a video that helps you understand how to use Excel for the project. Another one will be the instructions, and a third one will be the data set that you will use for this project. Once you have completed the project in Excel, you will save the file according to this naming convention. It's going to have your name underscore MTH265-W01, since this is a web-based, first section underscore cap project numeral 1. Okay? Then what you're going to do is left click on this link, and it will open up the upload page. And then what you're going to do is you're going to attach your file by left clicking Browse My Computer, and then you're going to navigate to the file folder where your project has been saved. Once you do that, you simply select Submit, and it will upload into the Blackboard repository, and I will grade it. You will do that for both projects. Let me show you the other project, because that other project is going to require a little bit more effort on your part, and that's going to be in Unit 4 when we talk about normal distributions. Down here you're going to have instructions, and you're going to have a data set. And you're going to work through this using information and material that you've learned in the previous units and also in this current unit. Well, that pretty much sums up everything that you need to understand to get started. As I said, this video will be available for you to watch, and it will be available for you throughout the entire semester. If you have any questions, please either call me, email me, or text me. Make sure if you leave a voicemail or you send a text or you send an email, I need your name and the class that you're in order for me to help you or help answer your questions. Thank you.